Hello, everybody. I'm Lichald Scott here with my first interview of the year. We have here Joseph Holmes, a UFC fighter. I know this is a very new thing we're doing in the channel, so I'm glad Joseph is here with us. So, Joseph, how you been this time?
I've been well, man. I'm out in Kansas City training at Glory MMA. I just got done with training about 30 minutes ago and just made it home. That's why I'm in my car right now. But
Yeah,
I've been great, man. It's really cold out here. I'm from Texas, so the cold's a little different, but it's great.
yeah, I know. I'm living here in San Antonio too, so we are very close. But I would like to ask you that, like, you've been training in different gyms, or how you doing this?
Yeah, my home gym is SFS MMA. That's located in Dallas, Texas,
Mm.
Mesquite to be exact. Anthony Selangsing is the owner and head coach at that gym. And that's always been my home gym. But about, I think in July, I started traveling to Kansas City, Missouri, where I trained with James Krause and all
Mm.
those out there. So James Krause is my MMA coach, and then Anthony Selangsing is my head coach.
That's great. That's great. I would like to start this interview with talking about what happened at the contender series because you did your best at that fight. You did your best. You finished the fight, but you didn't get the contract. That was very why? Like, but then next month, I believe you fought a Fury event, right? So you won the
Mhm.
fight, and I think it was Dana White looking for a fight show,
Yep.
I guess. So you got that contract. So how was that moment for you? Like you was like, oh, finally, man, what I can do.
When I finally got the contract, it honestly was like it was great, like it was amazing, but it was more so just like, okay, this is what I came to do. Like this is just work. My coaches will constantly tell me like, hey, you just need to show up and do what you already do, and let everything else handle itself. I have a great management team,
Mm,
Ridium Sports Management Agency, and then I have two of the best coaches in the game right now. So I really just have to keep fighting, and then they'll work out all the, you know, get to the UFC first fight, on my way to the belt. So I just got to keep training, keep fighting, winning my fights, and let them do their job. Everybody just has a job here, so
yeah.
it does feel great to get to the UFC, but it's still just like, well, my job just got way harder. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like,
yeah, yeah. Now
you
it's
know,
the harder thing. Yeah, yeah, for real. Yeah,
yeah, and not even like just with the guys I'm fighting harder, because yeah, they're a little harder
yeah,
too, but all the paperwork, checking in,
yeah.
all just everything we have to do is just so it's just work, man.
No, man, I feel that. I feel that. I mean, I don't. I'm not a fighter, but I guess it's a lot of hard work, man. You guys do a lot of work. So I would like to ask you to you. It's more for my audience to know you. Like you are a striker, a grappler, a mixed fighter. What's your style of fighting?
I call myself a submission fighter.
Oh,
So I'm not necessarily a grappler. I'm not necessarily a striker. I feel like I'm the type of fighter that adapts to my opponent
mm,
so that I can submit them, right? Say they're a good grappler. Well, I'm going to most likely defend a lot of their takedowns and strike them and catch them on their way in and on their way out.
yeah.
Just because that's where they'll be weak. They'll be trying to grab me, so any chance they try and grab me, I'll be slipping nice shots and stuff. So I just find my opponent's weakness and then I exploit that. I feel like that's my fighting style.
It's nice. You're fighting now, Jamie Pickett. He's already had a couple fights in the UFC, so he had that experience. But what are your expectations for that fight?
I think that Jamie's going to be strong early, especially. He'll probably try and explode. I would imagine he would probably try and explode with hooks, wild overhands and hooks and try and flurry something like that so that he can put me against the cage.
Mm,
So, I mean, I expect him to be, tough and experienced,
yeah,
especially early. But I come with a volume that a lot of people don't really understand, and it's hard to recognize just by watching film.
mm.
So I just feel I expect things to definitely be very, explosive early and then die down on his side pretty early in the first round.
Do you feel nervous?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'm always nervous, you know, for every fight I've had, I'm always nervous. I'm always excited. Anxious is a big one. You get the, you know,
That's
the
the word.
anxiety in your stomach.
Anxiety.
But every time I feel all these emotions, I always tell myself, you know, this is how I feel. I guarantee they feel the exact same way, you know?
Yeah.
So that kind of helped me calm down to realize, you know, we're on an even playing field here. It's me versus you, really me versus me, you know, and you just have to show up and be the first one to get over those nerves.
I would like to ask you this too. You are a gamer, right?
Oh, yeah.
So what kind of game you like to play?
I got an Oculus right now. I like to play a lot of virtual
Oh,
reality
VR.
games with my girlfriend. Also, I like to play a lot of Guitar Hero.
Oh, yeah, that's
uh,
classic.
yeah. I mean, I play Call of Duty and the multiplayer battle royales. I have a gaming channel on Facebook that's Ugly Man Joe Gaming. I normally stream 5 days a week outside of camping, but I'm normally in camp. So just,
Yeah,
you know, follow that channel and you can catch me whenever I get on to play games. But yeah, I'm a heavy gamer, man. Whenever I'm not training, I try and unwind on the game or
it's nice.
watch Netflix or something.
But man, I have to ask you this: like, why Ugly Man Show? Like, why the nickname? Ugly Man Show. Like,
Uh,
why?
it's everybody's always called me Ugly Man. Like,
Okay.
just all of my closest friends, like growing up, like I created a group called Ugly Man Gang.
Okay.
And it's just how we express ourselves in style, you know. Like we'll always, you know, try and dress our best or, you know, just be our best, you know. But even like when you do that, like, and I'll walk up to one of my friends, they'll be like, boy, you ugly to the mug, like, you know, and they'll try and roast you, you know, and that's kind of like your opportunity to, you know, not defend yourself, but just kind of like, you know, just like stand up for yourself, you know, and, you know, and just show them that you are, you know, a proud person, like you're proud of who you are and nothing anyone says can affect how you feel about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me, I need some water, but
Okay.
growing up, that's just kind of how things were from where
Now I
I'm
get
from.
it. Now I get it. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What are your goals for this year, 2022?
I want to have a busy year. I want to have at least 4 fights. And maybe look for my first endorsement. And by next winter, I want to drop my first like sweaters, like my own brand.
You got merch, right?
Yeah, I have some shirts on a website, selfmotivated.com. I have the app, the link to that in my bio.
I will make sure that the link will be in the description.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. And I just have shirts for now. I've tried to be creative with my shirts and constantly, you know, not change the logo, but just like advance my logo. It's always been the same logo, but it's just always like kind of like taking a step further with the graphics, a step further with around it and things like that. But yeah, I got shirts, and by next winter I want to drop a sweater line.
It's amazing, man. Joseph, any last words for the people that we will be watching this interview?
Please just go follow me at Ugly Man Joe on all social media outlets. It's Ugly Man Joe Gaming on Twitter, and my Facebook gaming channel at Ugly Man Joe Gaming. I appreciate your time, brother. You're a blast.
No, man, thank you. I mean, I feel I can't describe how I feel right now. This is huge for me. This is like my second year doing these interviews. I just started doing a Spanish interview because it's my audience, is my, you know, I speak Spanish. But this new year, man, I gonna grind hard with the interviews in English too. So because it's a whole other word, you know, for us. So man, I appreciate you take this time for me. We will look forward, people that we will look in this interview, his social media handles will be the links. I will make sure to have it in the description of this video on YouTube, so make sure you follow Joseph. He take his time to be here, so we will do that for sure. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you so much for your time, brother.
That's it. I'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.